Because Ghana is a nation of elections, as soon as the election results are declared, we start talking about the next election. 2024 is several months away, but the battle for 2024 has already started, both on the campaign platforms and on the social media platforms and the traditional media platforms. So on Face to Face today, we're sitting with someone whose job it is to mobilize the NDC to the polls. And if the party has to go to war, quote and unquote, he is the one who lead the party as the organizer of it. My name is Umar Rusanda Amado, and you're welcome to Face to Face. My guest was based in the Ashanti region, where he was leading the NDC party, and then in the last national elections of the party, he decided to come to the national level and took the party by storm, and now he occupies the position of national organizer of the National Democratic Congress. Joseph Yamin, the man who looks like Jerry Rawlings sometimes. You're welcome to Face to Face.
Thank you. I look like him sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Depends on what time. For instance, if you're in Ramadan, during the end of the day, that's JJ. But in the morning, maybe your eyes are a bit clear, so you can different. Do people tell you look like JJ?
I'm more of a chameleon.
Yeah. Do people tell you look like JJ?
That's what I've been hearing most of it. I'm hearing from you for the first time of my chameleon nature.
It's not constant. It's a changing thing. I mean, Guzitano was said to look like Rawlings, and because of that, he created a party in 2000 and he troubled the party. Maybe you should also go and contest as Rawlings. Maybe.
Well, I don't think I'll be creating another party out of the NDC, but look up to the future. It's enough of a politician to get to the top.
I see. But how are you? How has it been like transitioning from Kumasi as the Ashanti Regional Youth Organizer? Regional Secretary to becoming the national organizer. How was it like?
It's normal. I mean, it's almost the same trend. I've been in politics. I've been playing this political game for a long time, actively, and the style seems to be the same. So it's just a matter of upgrading, just moving up and getting a bigger scope of work. I started as a I had 47 constituencies to manage.
And 3 to protect.
That's right. And I ended up winning 4, getting 1 more in addition. And now the national organizer have 275, 276 possibly with SAR to manage. So it's just the tax, but the workload is almost the same.
I see. Are you from a political family? Is there politics in the family, or you are the only one who went to rogue?
No, I think that I am rather going to make the family a political family.
Oh, okay, so they're mostly reserved.
My kids are becoming fan of the NDC. They talk about it, they are good enough. As long as they are, I think they know what is NDC and MPP.
But your parents, your uncles, your sisters, nobody cares about politics. They are happy doing their things on their own.
No, they not care because of me.
Okay, but I mean in the past, so you were not born into it. So how did you then decide to enter politics?
Okay, so it started like this. We lived in the barracks, and my father had military. So growing up, that was the early stages of the Rawlings administration. I used to come to the barracks to see him often. Growing up, I started understanding what the Rawlings philosophy policies were. So it's somehow guiding some of us as to what we really intend doing. So we developed interest in the political I remember my father is a fan of listening to the news, 7 o'clock news. It was
Okay.
nice.
GBC News.
And you had only one station at that time. So you have no other option than to be watching. So he sits there, you also watching. Almost every time there's this young man, the President of the Republic, and we are talking about him. So the psyche kept on. And gradually, we found ourselves loving the NDC more and more and more. We started to talk about it. Before we realized we have been called to the NDC.
Like a calling.
Yeah. So the kind of game we play, if you are not called, you can be at the forefront of.
But why Ashanti? Is that where your family is based?
Yeah, I was born and bred in Ashanti. I've lived all my life in Ashanti. It's difficult living outside Ashanti.
Okay. Oh, I see. That's why anytime we try to reach you in Accra, you are gone. Is it the fufu that attracts you, or is it?
I don't see any political party holding the region as its own. It's a matter of how you play your game. And that's how I've come to understand them. The NDP have numbers, but if you look at the numbers the NDC gets, we can equally say it's a stronghold, because in the last election, almost the second largest region in terms of votes for presidential. And so it's a region that if you do your work well, you win or lose an election from. The dynamics are different. You enjoy the dynamics in Ashanti.
There was this ambitious target you set of having 1 million votes from Ashanti. That has still remained a fleeting dream, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, because we didn't work towards it. At that point, we were overly relying on the developmental projects of John Dramani Mahama's administration. We thought the people of Ashanti would reason out of these projects, because 4 years of somebody's administration, you're talking about 6 new hospitals being built. Talk about renovation to the existing ones. 4 years of this administration, you're talking about developing the Olu airport in the region into an international airport. But before his administration, flights would not take off for land at 5 o'clock. Today, flights were landing around 11 p.m. that people could go and come around 11. Developing it into a modern terminal. We thought that people were using that. Then massivity of breaking it down completely and putting it up into a modern market. We thought that people were using out of this. And so instead for us to work towards the 1 million,
You wanted them to give it to you
thought that they would give it to
on a
us,
silver
but
platter.
they didn't.
So what would work for them then? If the projects didn't work for them, what do you think they required or needed from you that you didn't give them?
So at this particular point, they have realized, and the Ashanti man will say, if you carry water and wine, you get to know the difference.
Say it in Tree, let me be sure you're a proper Kumasi person.
Yes, so and so and so and so.
I see.
The two of them.
Okay.
And we've carried them, no, because it took John Muhammad 2 years to break down Kejitia and build it up. It's taken up for 4 years just to distribute the stores among the trees. Central market is still a standstill. As at now, the contractor has just packed these things out. It's still there. The people know if it were to be John Muhammad, that central market would have been completed. Just to take the NDC's government 2 years to put up the international airport. It's taken up for 6 years. We are still nowhere near completion. Other road projects and others. So what we need to do was to get to the people, let them feel. Because I remember when I went to the military hospital in Aferi and did a live video of the abandonment of the project. A classmate of mine who was a medical doctor in Kumasi called me and said, "Senior, are you sure you people did this?" I said, "Yes, this is the state we left it." I said, "Then you have a problem. The problem is that if me, a medical consultant, somebody who is likely to work in that facility,
I'm not aware.
I'm not aware that you've put up something to this level, then there's more work to be done." That is what the NDC is doing now. And that's why I have a certain policy of going to these projects that have been abandoned, either to clear the weeds around it, either to get the people to understand that these projects have been left to the mercy of the bush, and people are beginning to realize that, look, if we had given John Muhammad and the NDC a chance, a second chance, Ghana would be somebody like that.
Do you think people in Ashanti are listening to you now? They will listen to you this time around?
Of course, they are
you still think the 1 million votes will work?
And they are so proud that such works were done for a region that do not give us votes. But we never looked at it from that angle, seeing Ashanti as the second largest business district in our country, which give it such a facelift. It is good if they want to give us another chance to come and continue. And they've been talking to us. The encouragement is that, you guys should get to us. Make sure that you look at the other dynamics of politics, and this is what we're going to do.
What about the issue that you don't have an Ashanti on your ballot paper, and for that reason, the Ashanti people will not mind you as a party? You are not a quote-unquote Akan party. You have a fine chance now to put Kojo Bonsu there as your flag bearer so they can win the Ashanti votes. Is that something you would do?
Are you a fan of Kojo Bonsu? Because as far as I'm concerned, there are two Ashantis on the ballot.
Oh, okay. Kwabna Duvo. Okay, I'm talking about an Ashanti who served in Ashanti region as a Kumasi mayor. Someone who was close to the Ashantis, properly so-called.
To justify why you call Kojo Bonsu out of...
No, I'm just saying that you had a Kumasi man.
Well, you see,
and you want to win Ashanti, and you have Kojo Bonsu, so why are you not interested in him?
Rollins was never an Ashanti. I had the highest votes ever from Ashanti region. And I was not an Ashanti.
It's Akan.
But it's not an Ashanti. So
It's the same umbrella.
Ashanti is dominated by Ashantis. The region is dominated by Ashantis. So if that analogy is anything to go by, then it means that you should be presenting somebody from the Ashanti tribe. No. It is how you present yourself to them. John Manawa wasn't an Ashanti. Under my tenure as a regional secretary, had 600,000+ votes coming from Ashanti region. And so it's about how you present yourselves, about how you carry your message around, it's about the people who believe in you at this particular moment. We believe very well that our votes will move up. Indeed, it moved up slightly as compared to 2016. It's going to move up because this is the time that the people realize that they were very unfair to the NDC and unfair to themselves because they are where they are today. Because they voted.
So you don't think Kojo Bonsu or Kwabna Dufo may be the solution for winning Ashanti
The
votes?
only solution to us is John Mahama. So
He's the only one. If he fails to win the election, would the NDC crumble? Because it appears that all of you have rallied around him. If he loses the votes to the delegates, what happens then? After all the things you've said about
it's
him?
going to be a second miracle to create in the world.
Really? So there's no way he's going to lose? You don't think Kwabna Dufo with all the money would be able to?
Money, right?
I've heard so.
Well, it's not about money doesn't win elections, it frustrates elections.
So he'll frustrate Mahama's campaign? You don't think
As
so?
long as he is in, Mahama would have gone around to campaign. But he's going around to campaign. And that's good for us.
And Kojo Bonsu is not a...
He's being more accessible with people. He's having opportunity to be explaining matters.
As a national officer, are you allowed to take a side in this election, like the way you have done?
I'm supposed to commit the entire department and the me in supporting a candidate, but as a person. Hey, of course, I didn't bring it up. You asked me a question.
You could have
Sure
you could have avoided
Okay,
it.
so I'm avoiding it.
You've already answered. Let's talk about the parliamentary seats you have in the region, Ashanti. And I'm still interested in Ashanti because it's your main base before we talk about national thing. You have removed your chief whip at a very critical time. Many think that that's a suicidal mission and that it will give the sign to the people down there that the party doesn't like him and he may lose that seat at the primaries level. And if he loses that, you would be kissing as well as a goodbye. What do you say to that?
Well, that's their opinion. I'm not sure that's going to influence our decision of reshuffling. It's part of government. When I was a minister, I was reshuffled. I mean, when I'm being hired, I'm not told why I'm being hired. If I'm being fired, why should I be told? It's part of it. A politician should understand this and know that it could be a time that it would be made to step aside for somebody else to continue. And that's exactly what happened. So move forward. The same way people supported their administration, in the same way we're expecting that they support And there are instances that people have gone and come back to the same positions. For instance, Yamin was the minority leader, he became a majority leader, left to be a minister, came back as a majority leader before we left. Kumbo left, came back. Preto Savuka left, came back. So
it's normal. But it doesn't mean it does not mean you are sacrificing that Aswasi seat.
Why would we sacrifice Aswasi seat?
Is the party working against?
So you see coincidence. I mean, at the time that we are doing it, it's a time that you probably may think that it's coinciding with some party activity, but we never thought of that. What we are doing is that at that time, as a party, we felt that was the right time.
Would you say, on hindsight now, that was the best choice to have made, considering all the things that are happening, considering that you lost woefully an election in the chamber, worse than what they did when they were leaders?
No, but that is not about who did it or who didn't do it.
No, it is about who led them to battle.
Well, I mean, that's not our...
If the battle is lost, the leader of the battle lost the battle.
No, but the next morning we won the battle. Are we considering that the CI was in lead?
No, but you lost a very significant issue that you had issued a letter and a public statement saying it will not happen.
Yeah.
It means that the party in parliament has defied the party at the head office. It means that you are disconnected to the reality in the chamber.
That's your understanding. That's not our...
That is my reading of the ground.
You are entitled to it.
What is your reading?
We are okay with it.
You are happy that you issued a statement which was defied. Your party members have disrespected you.
Yeah.
It shows that you are a toothless bulldog.
Well, that's how you understand it. We don't.
You are happy with what's happening.
It's not about being happy. The point is that we are moving forward.
It shows that you are disrespected, you are incompetent at leading your own parliamentary bloc.
Again, that's how you see it. We don't see it that way.
You are fine. Is there any seat you want to add to your stock of seats in Ashanti region?
Many of them.
Are there ones that you want to share with us that are not national security problems? You know.
What I can tell you is that we are moving beyond the 6 we have the 3 6. It's 4, right? That's why I said we are moving beyond that. The target of 7 to 10.
7 to 10.
That's not
Again, overly ambitious, just like your 1 million votes.
You see, that's super ambitious. I think we need to work towards it. I told the people as a regional secretary that I was going to win more than 3 seats when I was a regional secretary, and that I was going to get a minimum of 600,000. I was in charge. At the end, I had 4 seats. I had over 600,000 votes. Today, I'm in charge as a national organizer of the party. I'm telling you that we are winning a minimum of 7 seats, a maximum of 10. And we are winning presidential. We're getting more votes than we used to get.
Do you have a target again for Ashanti region for number of votes you expect to get?
Well, we've not, as a party, set to decide. All we're looking at is getting our 1 million votes again.
You're still looking at that. You have openly declared support for John Mahama. Would you openly declare support for either of the 2 people contesting in Aswasi?
No.
Why?
I have interest.
You have interest. That's your region. That's your base. That's your backyard.
I have interest in the presidential. I don't have interest in parliament.
You have no interest in no parliamentary seats.
No.
How are you working out SAO, the Central Kofi Akpafo Lobby seat? You guys think that is going to be
As of now, we have candidates filed for that constituency. We are ready for the EC to officially declare that constituency.
You have a by-election in Ashanti region coming up. Is it Komewu?
No.
How are you preparing for that?
That will take a decision on it at our FEC meeting.
Is that a seat that you think you can win?
Yes, every seat is possible winning.
But this one doesn't look possible.
How?
Where it is based.
If
It's very blue, isn't it?
We won't go in.
No, just for the
If
optics.
the party doesn't believe it will win, we won't go in.
But it's a very blue seat.
Well,
Do you think it will be?
enough time?
Do you think it's a test of the failure or success of the Akufo-Addo government, so that whatever happens in Okumewu will determine what the national election would be?
It's possible.
Is that what it's going to be?
But that is not why we are going in there. We believe very well that the people of Kumawu will give another chance. We know that. The chief of Kumawu has been on the neck of Akufo-Addo ever since he took over, because there's this massive project of a hospital, 120 120-bed hospital that has been moved to the mercy of the bush. And it was 70% complete under John Mahama. It's been abandoned. The people believe very well that if the NDC was to be, if the NDC had a member of parliament spearheading, that hospital would have been completed. And the chief of Kumawa is a medical doctor. Under the NDC, John Mahama, there's a 3-tier water project that was also completed for the people of Kumawa. And I think that is the time for them to show appreciation voting for the NDC parliamentary candidate. I want to go in there, tell the people to understand that Kumawa sees development only under NDC government. They should try again and see what it is. I want to believe that the people will give us the mandate.
This is Face to Face on CDTV. My name is Omar Sandamadu. My guest is Joseph Yamin, his national organizer of the NDC. We've been talking generally about his work in the Ashanti region and the party's inroads into the Ashanti region. When we come back, we'll look at the national elections coming up, boot for boot versus we will not hand over to NDC. Stay with us.
Haven't you heard? EGL's Ramadan Easter promotion. Electroland Ghana Limited is offering you quality products from Samsung, Toshiba, Nasco, and Media. Choose your choice. Media AC, Samsung AC, Nasco AC. With 229 Ghana cedis, get yourself a Nasco gas stove. Buy one, get one free. So stocks last. With 1,099 Ghana cedis, and Nasco television is yours. Grab your TV ranging from 32 inches, 40 inches to 98 inches. I tell you.
Simply put it, all types of refrigerators and washing machines, microwaves, and sound bars are available this Easter and Ramadan.
Electroland Ghana Limited Easter promotion. Don't let this opportunity pass you by.
You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on CDTV. My name is Umar Sandamadu, here with the national organizer of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, Joseph E. Yamin. How is election 2024 coming?
It's coming, right?
How is it coming?
It's close.
Yes, how is it coming?
It's coming. Taking it normal.
How is it looking?
The prospects are good.
The government,
What we know is that we are winning elections.
MPP says it is going to break the 8. What do you think of that?
Well, it's easier said than done. As far as we are concerned, this way to be done.
The party thinks it has been done. Dr. Baumia, the vice president, spoke over the weekend in Kwewu, and he gave statistics to back his claim that they have created more employment than your party did. He has talked about other massive projects that they have rolled out. The drone delivery of blood, the free SHS, a number of other things that they have rolled out. And he says that because of these, they are bound to win. What is your counter argument to him, or counter campaign?
Well, sometimes I listen to the vice president and I'm shocked as to whether he really lives in this country. So one time I passed through a friend's house. We having a chat, then I heard people shouting in the living room, laughing or whatever. Got curious, went in there, only for us to find out that I was on TV. So we were laughing, because whatever he was saying were out of the ordinary. So I am speaking as a parent now, not as a politician. I just took my daughter to school. 1 month, she's vacating for 3 months. 1 month. Took her to school. She's not been taught for 2 weeks. They are on vacation now, and they are going back in 3 months. Is that what Baumia is priding themselves for? Was that how he was taught? Did he go to school? All we know is that you go to 3 months before you vacate and come back home. And he's here priding himself. You know how much I spent? Prospectus alone, over 7,000 cedis. You call it a free SHS. When past our parents are feeding their kids in school. When I went there, there's supposed to be no PTA fees. You have to pay before your child goes enrolled. And Baumia is here priding himself that they are winning the election because it's a free SHS. What he's talking about?
They won with it in 2020.
You think that they won?
They won.
You don't believe it.
Oh no, you don't have to. You don't have to believe. It's not up to you.
Okay, so 2020 is...
The Electoral Commission declared them. The Supreme Court endorsed it.
So when I listen to Ghanaians people making these claims that they are winning because they have done A, B, or C. I laugh at them. But elections are not all about that. There are more to it. We believe very well that the MPP have failed. But we are not going into the election based on their failures. We are going into the election prepared in all aspects of politics. Go down and talk to the people.
You're going to the election with their record. Their record is what he has stated: 2.1 million jobs that they created. I mean, it's huge. I mean, look at this NAPCO thing: 100,000 jobs in 3 years. No, but at least they've given some people jobs for 100,000 for 3 years. They paid them 700 CDs. He talks about the blood that they deliver through drones, which again was launched in the eastern region. So these are tangibles that they are pointing to. How do you deflect that? Because it's physical. People see that.
Well, I think the vice president is not living in Ghana. He's not living in Ghana. And again, he's speaking to see. I'm not sure the vice president will want to appear on your show. Because you'll be asking him a critical question that you won't be able to answer. You know what we do? It happened. People are fond of making statements, especially when they meet their party people. But to a point where Kufuor was told that he's going to face it until he went to BBC and he was asked, how much are you going to fund the face? He said, when I come back to my country, I'll tell the people. He was not prepared. And when you get into a government unprepared, the realities are what we are seeing now. So Bawumia will sit before his people and say whatever he's saying because nobody will challenge him. It's like a pastor preaching in church. You don't have the opportunity to ask him a question, even when he's going good. That's exactly what he's talking about. Look, in Ashanti region alone, the company contractor working on the KJTR, the second phase of the KJTR project, the Kumasi International Airport, the Swami interchange, has had to back and back, have left. You know how many people that were laid off? 1,500 workers laid off Ashanti region alone. Bawumia is talking about employing how many people? 2,000 whatever.
2.1 million.
2.1 million. From where? NACO. Are they still in existence?
All aspects,
See,
they say. All departments.
All these are talk. The realities on the ground are not in any way coordinated.
He said that during your time, there was Unemployed Graduates Association of Ghana, UGAG, for the first time in a... Yeah, they are no more there.
Yeah, of course, because they created them.
No, because they created themselves, because they were suffering under your government. There was no
How
job.
many of them, the unemployed graduates?
Have you seen any Unemployed Graduates
That's what I'm
Association?
saying, they created them.
So
They
why?
are smart.
No,
If we want to create, we will create.
No, you did not
But we
create.
won't create because the realities are there for everybody to see.
Those were angry, hungry youth who decided to create a union to tell their story.
Where are they?
They have been given
So
jobs.
there are no unemployment in the country today.
At least there's no association of unemployed
Of course,
graduates.
It tells you clearly that it was created by the young people just for shady reasons. We won't do the kind of politics they do. That is why today we are suffering.
Are you sure it is not a test and a proof that they have given employment to the unemployed?
Do you have them?
I haven't seen UGAG.
They came to collapse banks. Do you know how many people are sitting in the house?
They saved the banks, they say.
Saved.
They say if they hadn't collapsed them the way they did.
Solve a problem by creating a problem.
No, you remove a tooth if it is rotten.
No,
By
but if it's
a removal
not,
is a problem, but it is a solution.
Yeah, but you don't remove it when it's not rotten.
Well, so this one they say was rotten.
So
They said the
spend-
bank was
you spend
collapsing.
9 billion. You are supposed to spend 9 billion to get the bank survive. You spend over 21 billion to collapse it. I think it's an achievement.
They said it's
See, this is
better.
a government that prides itself for collapsing people's business. If you ask them the achievement, they won't tell you they've built hospitals, they won't tell you they've built roads, they won't tell you they've built schools.
They will tell you they've solved Doomsaw.
Where is it? We are experiencing so now.
No, we're not.
What did they do?
No, we're not. It
There's
was
a
just for
timetable.
1 week. It was just for 1 week, and the explanation was given. Ghana Gas had an issue that has to
Are they
rectify.
the ones that put up Ghana Gas?
No, but my point is that
Are they
it was
the ones
just
that put up? So if they
Doomsaw-
receive- if- so there-
and that-
I get you. Let me come in here.
okay.
So if Ghana Gas shuts down and we experience Doomsaw for a week, it means that without Ghana Gas, Doomsaw would have been in existence. Who brought Ghana Gas? who solved Dumso, if that is the realities today. Tell me.
Your time, the Dumso that we experience, required that we create a ministry for power and appoint a minister for power who had to resign at the end of the year for failing to deliver on the promise of fixing Dumso. They haven't gotten to that level.
To say we shouldn't take credit for solving Dumso. Dumso was not solved. Why did Bawumia make such a statement? But again, the point is that John Mahama made a bold statement on the floor of Parliament that he was not in to manage Dumso but to solve it. Don't solve a problem in a day, in a week. You solve it in a long period of time. Fortunately, before he left, he has solved Dumso. At least the Ghana gas that shut down for a week and Dumso was back was brought on stream by John Mahama's administration. There was a cow power badge, which today is an American plant, which today has been a backup for the grid in Kumasi. There's been the retrofitting of the Agwazi plants and the Akusumbo plants. All these things. Tell me how many megawatts has the MPP added to the national grid ever since they came?
They have said that the issue of Dumso was not a production or capacity issue, but it was a financial issue. They have fixed the financial aspect of things. That's why we are seeing the stability we are. They argue that at their time there was power, in fact excess power, but you could not pay for it, and that's why we were struggling. Now they are paying for it, and there's even more power that they are paying for than we are using. The take-or-pay agreements that you signed. They say you have left us with a burden in the power sector.
Let me understand your point. It's about financial issues. Are we buying the power, or we are producing it ourselves? If we are not buying the power,
it depends on which plant you're talking about. We buy some, we produce some.
Which of them?
Which of them what?
That we buy, which of them are we producing?
We buy from Car Power.
Yeah.
If they produce, whether we like it or not, we pay.
And we are buying.
Ameri, the same thing we are buying. We are producing from Volta River Authority
yes.
in Akosombo. Yes.
So,
so we are buying some.
Eventually become ours.
Yes, after so many years.
All these were agreements and normal agreements.
Yes. So we are buying and we are producing.
If we are not brought in these measures, how are we going to use the financial strength you are talking about to produce? We are relying solely on the Nigerian gas. Today, we have our own gas that can go off and come on at any time. That we go them, they are not cutting us. Thanks to John Mahama administration. So what did they do?
If you want to push it that way, they may even tell you that it was Kufuor's government that discovered a huge chunk of our petroleum. And so if you want to give credit, then you have to go way back to credit Kufuor for discovering oil for us.
How did Kufuor discover oil? Before Kufuor came into office.
So you see, then we go all the way to Chachu Chikata and GMPC, and then we keep going back and back. So why don't you deal with
Ghana
it?
did not start exploring our oil prospects.
And Kufuor was a process of GMPC. No problem. So
you don't go back.
So
but the point is
but you are now trying to go back.
Is that Ghana had never planned of getting a gas plant until John Mahama and the NDC came into office. Ghana had never planned of getting an Ameri power plant until John Mahama and the NDC. Don't forget that in the times of President Kufuor, we experienced our second Dumso under President Kufuor, 2005.
It was 2007 when they went to the pastors went to the Akosombo Dam to pray. Yeah.
There was an issue of toy badges by Yamin. I mean, Yamin never said that there is a toy badge. They classified those that were brought in by President Kufuor as toy badges. Yamin has never said the Tower Power is a toy badge. And so these are policies that have not been in the pipeline of the Ministry of Energy until John Mahama and NDC came. So we did not come in to manage, we came to solve it. Can we solve it before we are beginning?
We're talking about the elections of 2024 now, the lead up to it. A former minister at the National Security Ministry, who is member of parliament for Ibetifi, who is now Minister for Agri, spoke over the weekend and made statements relating to election 2024. Your party is angry. Why?
Because it's an unfounded statement. It's a statement that can be classified as reckless. It doesn't make sense. It's a statement that has a tendency of collapsing the democracy we are practicing in this country.
Explain.
You see, when you say we will not hand over power, what do you literally wants to tell the people is that you've lost the elections, but you are so much interested in becoming a government rather than giving power to the people's choice. And if you do that, it's going to be a means of forcing you out. And by forcing you out, there's going to be instability in the country. If there is instability, it's as a result of your recklessness.
Are you not stretching this?
Shouldn't we stretch it?
Because those are, the words are simple.
Where there is the need. This is a man that has just been appointed as the Agric Minister. Agric is falling under the MPP administration. The agriculture sector has collapsed. The poultry industry does not exist today. If you have an opportunity to meet your people, any wise counsel will tell him that tell the people what you will do as an agric minister to revive the poultry industry, not telling the people how you want to be in power. You think that the Ghanaian want to see MPP in power better than the poultry industry that has collapsed and people losing jobs? I have a poultry farm. I used to have 10,000 birds on my farm. I don't have a zero on the farm now as a result.
Because of your poor management?
How is it poor management? It's because I used to buy maize, 50 kg bag of maize, 2016 for 35 Ghana cedis. Today I'm buying it for 200 Ghana cedis. You know the composition of feed. In the NDC era, 2016, you prepare 1 ton of feed for 700 to 900 Ghana cedis. That's 1,000 kg. Today you are spending 5,000 Ghana cedis to prepare 1 ton of feed. How many people will be able to do this? That's why the industry has collapsed. If you are an agric minister, if I were to be him, I would use that opportunity and tell the people that A, B, C, D is what I'm going to bring to turn the thing around. I won't tell them the need to be in power when the economy is growing.
But he's simply saying that if they win, they will not hand over to you.
That's
So
the
don't
point.
so don't
If they
expect.
win, we are not expecting them if they win to hand over power to us.
So he says that that's what
Doesn't make
that's the point he's making. That
No, is that what he said?
he says they will not hand over.
Go and watch a playback of what
I
he
have.
said. I mean, not you. He. If that is the defense he's putting up, he should go and play back. That's what he said. In fact, he spoke in his native language, the Akan language, the Tree language, which I'm sure he understands very well. Because what he said was that we will never hand over power to the NDC.
Yes.
The thing will hand over power. If you say that in Akan, the translation is that you believe very well that you've lost, but you will not give the power out.
So that's your interpretation,
No,
right?
that's not my interpretation. That is the understanding of what he said.
Which is your own understanding of
It's
what he
not
said.
my own understanding. At this point, I'm speaking as somebody that understands, read, write the Tree language. I'm not expecting Brian Champon to come and school me as far as the understanding of what he said is concerned. He didn't speak English. He didn't speak French.
The juxtaposition from the MPP in defending him is that you belong to a party whose de facto leader, John Dramani Mahama, or de facto flag bearer, or presumptive flag bearer, which is what you use, has said that you are a party with revolutionary tendencies and that you're going to match the party in power boot for boot. They say that, I'm quoting the statement the MPP issued.
I'm quoting him, the statement the MPP issued.
Yes.
John Mahama never said that.
What did he say?
He didn't say what he was saying.
Which one did he not say?
Anything, everything
He
that's
did not say boot for boot. He did not say revolutionary tendencies.
The point is that the statement you just, unless you are paraphrasing, and so you talking about the ways.
John Mahama did not say that you are going to take on MPP boot for boot.
He said that.
Good. John Mahama did not say that NDC has revolutionary antecedents.
And that we're going to fight them boot for boot.
No, I'm not connecting the two. The two are not saying the same thing. So, but they put that in their statement.
The point is that the MPP were misbehaving. And John Mahama at the point had to tell them that it is about people misbehaving. We as a political party came out of the revolution and can do worse than they are doing.
Is that not reckless statements too?
And the people condemned it. Did you hear anybody clapping for him? So the point here is that if John Mahama sees and people, and that's where I am so surprised that we still have the Peace Council quiet, we still have the Christian Council quiet, we still have civil society. I've just seen INEC coming up condemning that statement, and I wish to see or hear more of these coming up. But the point here is that when the NDC makes a statement, you guys in the media, some of you are quick enough to respond, but you are very slow.
We are quick to respond. Explain that.
I mean, to just give your reactions as far as the statement is concerned.
I don't understand. Media don't give reactions. Media give platforms for politicians to publish their information. So what do you mean by we give reactions? What does that mean?
Give reactions to whatever he said. I mean, whether it's good or it's a bad statement.
I don't understand you.
That's your point.
Okay.
That's your problem.
Okay.
That's your problem. But you are very slow. Sometimes you even ignore.
In what?
When a statement comes from the MPP.
Slow in terms of what?
Not talking about it at all.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
We produced the voice of Akufo-Addo saying all die be die, which your party used heavily in the campaign of 2012.
Yeah.
It's the same media.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
What I'm saying is that you are very slow.
Slow, but we produced the all die be die
Sometimes
voice.
you don't at all.
Oh, sometimes.
Some few.
Okay.
And I think I established that fact. There's some of you.
Oh, okay.
Some ignore it at all.
Okay.
But the point is that this is a reckless statement. And the justification by the MPP, equally a reckless justification.
We'll take a break. When we come back, I'll ask you how the NDC as a party is going to deal with this statement and other issues as we go into the election. This is Face to Face on City TV. My name is Umar Rusanda. I'm here with the national organizer of the NDC. Please be with us.
Regardless of what your point of view may be, he holds a mirror for you to see the reflection of reality.
Two young men, brilliant student, best student in his school. He says, I believe in this as my identity, my religion. You say no. You won't take him because it breaks discipline. I think we should not be at the wrong side of history.
Dispassionate opinions that shape your point of view.
As for the president's credibility in terms of anti-corruption, I'm afraid to say it's in tatters.
An analytical and non-partisan
I'll give you a
point of
proverb,
view.
and I can proverb. Se kwachekwa so be mountoma, yeden. TND. This year, forget it.
Dialogue that informs your socio-political point of view.
I'm young enough to wait for God's opportunity tomorrow, and I'm not in a haste.
Are you lacing your boots for 2024?
Absolutely not.
They are not lacing. What time you see the shoe I've been wearing? Whether they're having boots? No, it's not Kambu.
A chance for the duty bearers to provide the citizens with an honest point of
We
view.
are being given rare and privileged access to a building which is part of the National Operations Directorate.
And we are so determined, to fight all manner of crime. Even the broad daylight robberies that we see and the footage say, we can say that we are going all out, to make sure that we contain them.
Educative chit-chat from the expert's point of view.
No, there is. In fact, that rumor has been said about so many vaccines. People said the tetanus vaccine causes infertility, and we are trying to make our women infertile. No, it's not true.
On the point of view with Bernard Avler, every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.
You're welcome back. This is Face to Face on City TV. Joseph Yamin. So Brian Champion's comment Your party clearly has issue with that. How are you planning to deal with it? Are you also going to come up with a statement that is heavier than him? If you think what he said is wrong, are you also going to bring a statement up? How are you planning to deal with this? And then the election itself, what is your approach?
Well, that is the solution to what their intentions are. We trust us will do it.
Which is what? Their solution is what?
The solution is to counter them with much heavier,
more vitriolic. You will or you can.
Yeah, because we are going to match them equal.
So you are going to say worse things than Brian Champion said.
That is the solution. I've said it, that is the solution. We, myself as the national organizer, then the national executives, we are not elected to clap for the MPP. We are elected to win elections for the NDC. And that's what we are going to do. We are not subjects of intimidation. Nobody can intimidate us. We face them boot for boot. We face them as and when we deem it fit. And so we want to send a signal. I said it, and I think my party people believe in that. That the Moses method is what we are taking into the election.
What is Moses' method?
You slap by slap, you stop by stop.
An eye for an eye leaves all of us blind. That is your plan. Destroy the country so that at the end of...
to fight.
So if they fight, you fight back. And then you don't care whose ox is God.
No.
You don't care what will happen. If there's war in the country, you are fine.
I mean, he never thought of a war when he made that reckless statement. No, nothing for him. That is the only means he thinks can bring sanity to this country. We are prepared to give it to them.
I remember an American politician saying, if they go low, we go high. You have decided that if they go low, it's different.
Yeah.
So if they go low, you dig the ground and enter.
Of course. When you fall in the gutter, we will wash you with the water of the gutter.
You are not going to call for peace.
We don't need to call for peace. When you bring war, we'll face you because we will equally understand war. When it comes civil, we will come civil. That is why civil society, Christian Council, the Islamic Council should come out and speak to reckless statements like this. Come for the government. We handed over power to them, and they should be prepared to hand over power. If you don't...
Are you not making this a warfare where it should not be? It's democracy, not war.
Do you see the statement as a war statement?
Is that how you see it?
Of course. You see, Russia has invaded Ukraine. Russia is more powerful than Ukraine. Ukraine is fighting back. Because they want peace. Because at the end there will be peace. Out of every war there is peace. We believe in that. So we don't start the war. But if you bring it, we'll face you.
You're an opposition party. You're declaring war against a government in power who has soldiers and police.
If that is what they believe in, they should note that we understand that game.
What sign would show that that is what they are planning to do? And then
that is exactly what he did. I mean, he said it. I didn't write for him. He had the applause of his people when he made that reckless statement.
And you're going to counter that too?
We have already done that. If we should go beyond what we've already done, trust us, we will do it. Because Yamin, the national chairman, if you go to the Grand Secretary, Yamin, the national organizer, we're not elected to clap for Brian Champion's reckless statement. That is being justified by the MPP administration. We were elected to steerhead the affairs of the NDC in gaining the second independence of this country.
Explain that second independence thing. Because I've seen statements and videos circulating that Johnson Ketia has said that you are willing to sacrifice blood. I don't know if that's an accurate video, but it's
doctored video.
It's doctored.
The point is that it is always a possibility that people's lives are sacrificed for the right things. Jesus Christ, my Savior, was sacrificed. He lost his life to save me and the people that believe in him. It's good at the end. And so if Ghana's independence will be secured, saving this country from the MPP and its government. If it's to go to that extent, some of us are ready to do that because this country needs to be safe.
You said you have a child in secondary school. How old?
SS1.
A girl or a boy?
A girl.
So a teenage girl, 16 years. Are you willing to sacrifice her for John Mahama to be president?
It's not about sacrificing her. It's about sacrificing for the nation.
Yes. So are you willing to have her killed?
It's
So
not the
that
point. It's not about killing, but if at the point
sacrifice is death for a
that's
human
how
being.
you understand it.
Oh, sacrifice. The
That's
one,
how
the
you
Jesus, the
understand
Jesus.
it.
No,
Of
no, no.
course, that
The
is
Jesus
the
analogy you
point.
gave
That
is
the
death.
point. No, that's the point. The Prophet Muhammad sacrificed.
He did not. He did not
So
die.
it means that this sacrifice is always
No,
about
you said
that.
Jesus.
No,
You didn't
what
say
I mean is
Muhammad.
I use Jesus. I can't use every
Yeah, but
another.
you see, no.
So now let me leave the Jesus one and come
No,
to
but you
yours.
can't be picking and choosing.
No.
You have
So,
said.
yes, of course.
Yamin, you said Jesus sacrificed for your sins. You are also willing to sacrifice. Are you willing to sacrifice your daughter for the electoral fortunes?
It's not about me sacrificing.
So
it's
you-
about she.
so you're happy?
I'm coming. Believing that today the secondary school she's in now is a mess as compared to what I've told her in my days. And the best thing is that this government that is causing these problems in school, that she goes in there 2 weeks, comes home for 3 months. It's about going all out, sacrificing everything that she can.
And do what? What should she do?
To vote against the MPP.
So voting.
In any case,
And your sacrifice will be in which nature?
everything.
Are you willing to take a bullet?
If it comes that I should take it, why won't I take
You're
it?
ready
Just
to die?
get the MPP out of government to save the future generation.
So that you will die.
Yeah.
So
If
that's
it
just.
comes- because man is at a point supposed to die.
So what you have just said,
Are you afraid to die?
what you have just said,
Are you afraid to die?
is like saying that all die be die. That
Well, I would
no
say
man
that
has
I
more than
die.
2 balls,
Of course.
and so you're willing to die. If it
After
means
you should die, and I will be proud to die for a genuine cause.
you want to do
To
jihad
save
for the
this
NDC,
country. You believe in that?
you want to do jihad for the
You
NDC,
believe in that?
you want to do jihad for
You
NDC.
believe in that?
It means that you're supporting what Akufo-Addo said in 2012.
That
All die be die.
I don't need substitutes.
You have just made it.
That's all die be die.
No, you said you're ready to die. If it means
Yeah, of
you
course,
winning,
get him out of
so
the-
that
of the
so that's die.
organization. That is not all die be die.
That means you are dying
It's-
for elections.
Yeah, I will die one day.
No, not one day. You said you will die for the election. The
Yeah,
election
I
is
will die
20,
for the election because
it's 2024. It's not one day.
That's why I'm saying that I'm not elected to come and clap for them. I'm elected to make sure I get them out.
How many
And making
people-
Sure it's just to go to the extreme, and the extreme can be anything.
Extreme means death. How many people are you willing to see die for NDC to win elections in 2024?
I'm not sure we are seeing people die. We are not in there to.
But you don't mind.
But if what they are in any way trying to do, that Granny Champon would say that we have the men, what would the men do? We are ready to face their men.
So give me a picture. When you say you're ready to face their men, typical picture, paint it for me on December 7, 2024 or November 7, 2024. What are you going to do? What do you envisage that if MPP does, you are going to counter?
Just pray that you are alive on the 7th of November or December. You see it.
What will you do?
Say pray that you are alive to witness that.
Is that what you started in Kumasi where some of your men were wearing camouflage?
I'm saying that just pray to Allah. You are fasting, right?
Yes.
Use this day, pray to Allah that He lets you live till the 7th November or 7th December to witness what will happen.
I'll see Joseph Yamin in full war regalia, leading the NDC battalion. Is that what I'll see?
You want to know before the 7th, right?
Yeah, it's very necessary. So that I know if I should be there or not be there.
You should be there.
No. If it's a foolish death, I'll be dying. I will not come there.
Okay, don't worry. We can be watching from afar. If they need to get closer, come. If you still watch from afar.
Would it be safe for me to be there?
After that, we come here.
Would it be safe for me to cover the elections of 2024?
If Granny Champa will not be making reckless statements justified by his party people, then you're safe.
But if he does,
If he does, it's you slap by slap, you kick by kick, you stop by stop.
the words of Joseph Yamin, national organizer of the NDC, and that's how we end this edition of Face to Face. My name is Umaru Sandamadu. Thank you for joining us on Face to Face. Please keep watching City TV. It's your world.